Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Princess Connect Redive video. Now, today I'm making a video going over the next up-and-coming character, the Princess God character, Muimi. This is going to be the video that I like to do a few days before the release of the character, going over their entire kit and all of that stuff. So here, of course, I have Muimi pulled up on the Princess Connect Redive wiki. We'll also have her pulled up on Priconne to take a look at her star levels, her defensive stats, and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing here today. So, as we all know, Muimi is going to be, as a recording of this video, she is currently about 2 days and 11 hours away. So 59 hours from the recording of this video is when Muimi will be dropping on global. We're getting closer and closer until we see the release of, in my opinion, the best character in the entire game. Very, very, very exciting times. I know a lot of people have been saving for this character, and finally we're going to be getting the real 1 year anniversary character with Muimi. We'll also be getting the Costello Woods as well, level area 21, which will bring us rank 12-5 and all that stuff. That'll also be dropping on the same day as long as the free times draw. So February 1st, when you guys log in, do not use the free 10 times draw on the Valentine Chizuru banner. You're going to be wanting to save it until the Muimi banner does drop so that you can use it on that banner. Unless, of course, you don't have Valentine Chizuru and you just want to throw a summon at it, try to get Valentine Chizuru, then go ahead. But I recommend just waiting the extra, 12 hours or something, not even like 10 hours, and then using it on the Muimi banner when she ends up dropping. Alright, so this is going to be Muimi, the, of course, regular Muimi that we first get. And she's going to be a very, very special character. She's going to be the first character of her kind to have a alternate mode when she pops her Union Burst. When she pops her Union Burst, she's not going to be doing a one big attack and then having to charge up Union Burst again. What Muimi is going to be doing is she's going to launch her Union Burst, and then she's going to be going into kind of like an alternate fighting mode where she comes super, super powerful. Her skills will also be changing as well, and she'll be draining TP over a set period of time. Of course, you can still charge her TP while she is draining TP, but her Union Burst will be, not only is it a big attack, it's also buffing up her entire firepower and as well as her skills. So this is her art, easily one of the best arts in the entire game. In my opinion, I've already talked about this. This is the best splash art in the entire game, the home screen art. It swirls around the sword. It just looks so, so good. So Muimi is going to be a physical attack frontline character, obviously. Frontline physical attacker. She's going to be having actually very, very good positioning. Shout out to our boy Chocolate with the gear and star recommendations guide. And her range is going to be actually at 162, which is really, really good, which means that characters like Nozomi, Ruka, and Pecorine, near Ray will all be able to be in front of her, unlike characters like Kiori. Kiori, who of course is a super, super far frontline character, and characters like Nozomi, Pecorine will not be able to protect her as a tank, and she'll have to be front-facing tanking. But Muimi is going to be directly right next to Makoto. She's going to be in front of Makoto, but she's going to be far back enough to have almost every single tank in the game, all the good tanks, to be in front of her. So that is a very, very good positioning. One of the best positioning in the entire game for a physical DPS character. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over her strengths and her weaknesses. So her strengths, of course, she has excellent firepower during her Spire's Bane mode from Union Burst, which is basically her sword mode is her Union Burst mode, the Spire's Bane mode. Her skill 1 is going to be a knockback and stun ability, which gives her some decent utility. Honestly, this is very good. I think it's a 1.5 second stun, so it's very, very good. It makes her pretty solid for PvP. And then she also has physical defense down to multiple enemies at front when she's obviously not in her Spire's Bane mode. This skill 2 is going to be very nice when you pair that with popping her Spire's Bane mode and immediately popping it, so then you have physical defense down for the immediate Union Burst damage, plus the extra damage she's going to be doing. And then her Union Burst does not cost TP initially. So that is an also very, very big strength, is that her Union Burst does not cost any TP initially. It only starts draining as soon as you pop it. So her TP drain rate is going to be obviously super, super massive, and it is a problem if you're not able to keep it consistently up, because you want her in Union Burst mode. That's where she does the most amount of damage. And honestly, this is going to be almost completely nullified with the Valentine Chizuru. Valentine Chizuru is probably the best partner for this character in the entire game. She's going to be giving her TP, crit rate, attack, all of that stuff. So that is why I guess they put Valentine Chizuru and Muimi back to back, and they work very, very, very well. So if you pulled both of these characters, they're going to be working amazing together. She's going to be keeping her TP up and all that stuff. Obviously, she does get unique equipment down the road, but we're not going to have to worry about this. This won't be coming until like the 2nd year anniversary. So without any equipment, she's going to be getting an S tier in Quest, A tier in Luna Tower, B tier in Arena, and an S tier in Clan Battle. So obviously, on release, in my opinion, I feel like she's just S tier in everything. I mean, she pretty much does everything. She stuns, treads physical defense, knockback. I mean, this is really good utility for PvP, and she does a ton of damage, and I mean, that's pretty much all you really need to know about her. She's ridiculous. So we're going to take a look at her skills and show you guys the differences between when she has her Union Burst active and versus when she doesn't have her Union Burst active. So her Union Burst is going to obviously be the exact same. She's going to be doing a ton of damage, and then she's going to swap her weapon over to the Spire's Bane Blade, which is going to change her other skills. Basically, it's going to change all of her skills, her stun and her knockback, as well as her defensive shred. She's going to get rid of these, and basically she's just going to be doing a ton of damage. Massive physical damage to the enemy directly in front, and large physical damage to enemies within the front line. AKA, this ability right here is the one that you see most famously known in PvP for Muimi just one-shotting entire teams with this ability. It can happen, and I've seen people do it before with Muimi, and it is very powerful. She gets super powered after she pops this Union Burst, and in my opinion, when she has her Union Burst popped, I feel like she is bar none the best character in the entire game. And that's really all it does, is it just gives her a ton of big damage, and it makes her hit like an absolute train, and she just spams the skills over and over. There's nothing really too much to go into detail about this character, other than her skill 1, which is a very strong utility thing, which is when you've been knocking back targets within the front line, knock back a small distance, and this is usually going to be hitting the tank characters, which is going to be helping you get to the midline easier, which is a very good ability, as well as stunning the targets. So she's going to stun the tanks and knock them back, which means they won't be able to run back to the front line, which means you'll have an easier time getting to the midline characters. Just an honestly very overall strong ability. This also can be useful in some of the quest mode as well as these physical defense debuff that she gives to the frontline enemies. Other than that, though, she's a very basic character, but she just is so powerful, and she does so much damage because of her high scaling numbers, and it's basically ridiculous. So here I have her on pre-calc here. She's going to be at level 124, which is going to be the current maximum level cap when we do get this character, as well as equipment rank 12-5, which is going to be, of course, once again, the maximum cap. Her HP is going to be at 22,612. Having over 22,000 HP without being a tank is very good. Once you get into like 28,000 to 30,000 HP range, that is when you are an actual like main tank character. And her having 22,000 is definitely going to be making her more than tanky enough to take some hits, since she is a very far frontline character. She's only in front of really Makoto, and she's obviously behind all of the other tanks. So her just being tanky overall with this 22,000 HP, super high health pool, is going to really help out her overall survivability. And her defense is 221 physical and 176 magical defenses. Her defenses are, once again, also insane. One of the gripes I had about Christina is even though she had a massive like 200 plus physical defense, her magic defense for Christina was like 112 or something. It was very low, and she could get caught really easily. Now, obviously, she isn't the greatest magical defender in the world, but she's definitely better than Christina at taking magic damage. 176 magic defense is more than solid enough to be a solid defender for magic. She's obviously more geared toward physical, and her physical defense is honestly really good. Not as good as Christina's, because Christina is literally immune to physical, but this 221 with this pretty high HP. And then when you combine all these amazing stats with her insane Union Burst that it just makes her hit like an absolute freight train, you get basically the best character in the entire game. So there we go. That is pretty much going to be covering the next up-and-coming Princess Scholar character, Muimi. Let me know what you guys think of Muimi down in the comment section down below. Do you guys think Muimi is the best character in the entire game? Personally, I think she's going to be number 1. A lot of people will actually probably say Eriko's number 1. But considering the pure amount of broad damage that she does is comparable to Eriko, combine that with her utility that she has when she's not in her Spire's Bane mode, I just personally feel like she is just overall better. I think she also has more defenses and as well as higher HP compared to Eriko. And Eriko is a much more squishy character. Muimi is more of a tankier character. So I just like Muimi better in my opinion. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out. Hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will have Muimi summons coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Guides, area guides, boss guides, all that's coming. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye everyone.